Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the P2 version of Jada's Ultra Street Fighter 2 The Final Challengers M BISON, which was a Big Bad Toy Store exclusive, part of their 25th anniversary celebratory activities. And I've heard some people say, because I posted the thing when it was available for sale, oh, this is the most gorgeous thing I've ever seen, and other people said, yuck, I hate those colors. So, I'm curious. What do you think? Let's do a question of the day. Are you a fan of these colors, or are you not a fan of these colors? For me, I would absolutely never pick this in game. However, as a toy, I think it looks darn cool. I love the uniqueness to it. You don't see this sort of color scheme, and certainly not on M BISON at all. So I'd like to have the variety, so I'm all for it. But it's mostly the same figure, so this will be a pretty quick review, but I wanted to let you guys know what you get in the box. So let's go ahead and get them off the stand and take a closer look. Alright, here's the package. I'll show you my package before we get into the review. I almost forgot to say it the right way there. And it's a good package, as always. Jada's packaging is super duper cool. I like it. Straight up figure on the back. Character select down here. We've seen all of these at this point. We should be getting them sooner rather than later at this point, but I've said at this point twice, so I'll stop talking about that. Good package all the way around. Very pleased with it. Even though they have the arcade look, they are still squared, so if you needed to stack them, you could fairly easily, and so that is a good thing for you inbox collectors. Okay, here he is. I'll do another question of the day. Would you have rather had the traditional green and orange look as opposed to this one? This is a real version of M BISON. That is a thing. I was really hoping they were going to do like the green and orange or the gray and red or something like that instead. But this is, like I said, a very, very unique looking M BISON, so I am okay with it. I'm not going to do the full height measurement and everything. If you guys want to check it out, I'll put it in that video up there. It's the original review for this guy. Same figure. Okay, the articulation's all the same, that kind of stuff. It might be in the description if you're on certain platforms. But let's just look at how they executed this guy. He's teal. He's very, very teal. Does that look better? Maybe. Let's zoom in and do this. Okay, so first things, the teal part, fine, no problem at all. They all match pretty darn well despite being different materials. No issues with that. The red parts, also very nicely done. No issues with any of that throughout. It's all pretty good. The cape, it is a slightly grayish color, so be aware of that. It's not like straight black or anything. I think it's accurate, or at least pretty accurate. I don't think these colors are absolutely perfect for the version they went with, but it's still pretty good, so that's okay. The cape is still fine. We still have the very metallic silver nubbins. The face, let's look at the face. It might be slightly cleaner than the previous version. Still slightly weird, but not as bad, I suppose. And then the Shadaloo logo is good. The only downside I have found on this guy, other than he doesn't seem to have shading. If he does, it's really subtle and I haven't noticed it, but he doesn't seem to have shading throughout his body, which kind of sucks. I'm pretty sure they all have had shading. Does he? I don't think he does. It almost looks like there's shading right here on his arm, but I can't tell if it's actual shading. It's so subtle. If they did shading, maybe they did. It almost, let's see, can we zoom in? My naked eye is not seeing it. It might be. It's so subtle. It really doesn't look like shading to me. So it might be though. But either way, it's too subtle if it is. So that's an issue. But then this yellow stripe right here is not clean enough. It's definitely a little yuck. It's not bad, but it's not anywhere near as good as I would like. So it's not a perfect release. I don't think anybody expected that because it's still a really good $25 figure. But yeah, it's not perfect, so just be aware. You might get one that has a little bit of a better paint job for that stripe or not. But it still, overall, is well executed. Maybe needs some more shading. Probably does. But yeah, pretty good overall. Now, I'll just go through the accessories just in case you need to know. I'm pretty sure he had everything that's the same here. So you have the cape shoulder pads. You have the non-cape shoulder pads. That's a really good option. I like the way they did that. Mine snap on really well. But my other ones did too. Now, I've heard other people say that theirs don't snap on very well and they had a problem. I have not. Maybe they could have been tighter on the first release, and maybe they fixed them here, but these ones have no issue at all. They're snug as a bug, so that's fine. For heads, you do still get the two heads. They're both well executed for what they are. I still think the choice they did for the eyes wasn't great, and the sculpt isn't great either. But the paint jobs are clean on this guy for sure. Hands, you get the two fist hands and the two open hands, and then you get his purple fist thing, which is really saturated and vibrant, and I love the way that looks. So good spread of accessories. I think those are all the same. I think he had the fist thing the last time too, but I could be going crazy. Yeah, he did. I'm almost positive. So yeah, it's a good release. It's going to have all the same articulation. Everything feels the same. But that's what it looks like. And that's really the only difference. So I don't need to waste any more of your time. If you're watching this, I'm assuming you already got the first figure and are just picking this up because it's a color variant. Or you're just watching out of the kindness of your heart. So I don't think I need to go through the articulation. If you really need that though, it will be in that video up there or in the description below. Again, depending on where you're watching. I'll put a link in the description below also for you to pick this up if you didn't know it existed and you want to get one. It is available at Big Bad Toy Store exclusively at the link in the description below. So there it is. That's it for me, guys. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. And if you haven't subscribed, you should. I have new videos just about every single day and thousands already on the channel. So make sure you come back for all of that. And in the meantime, keep collecting.